Good morning, students. Uh, in our previous lecture, you have seen some practice on numericals of photoelectric effect. I want to have a extensive practice on this subject prior to its importance. So I would like to solve more and more questions so that to nourish your understanding. So let us move on to the basics for a while, for a few minutes. Now, what is a work function? Very simple. You have to supply some minimum energy so that the electron will be escaping from the metal surface. That is called work function. Now, what is electron volt? Very simple. You should define electron volt. What is electron volt? So, the energy gained by an electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. So, when an electron is accelerated to a potential difference of 1 volt, that is called electron volt. Now, what is thermionic emission? Thermionic emission is electron will be emitted at high temperature. What is field emission? Field emission is due to electric field. What is photo emission? It is due to light. Emission due to quanta. What is stopping potential? Very simple. Stopping potential is very simple. Actually, at the collector, the photoelectric current should just drops to 0, because whenever light falls on the surface, electrons will be coming. Flow of electrons is called electric current or electricity. Now, that electricity, the flow of electrons or electricity or electric current must be stopped. So, by passing a retard potential or a back potential or stopping potential or a cutoff voltage. So, that is what is called stopping potential. I hope you are very clear. Now, let us move on to the next definition. So, what is the mathematical relationship between stopping potential and kinetic energy? Because once the electron is removed from the surface of the metal, it charges with some kinetic energy. So, naturally, that kinetic energy must be equal to stopping potential. Then only electrons must be stopped. So, that is what stopping potential is all about. So, I hope you understood. E is the charge of the electron and magnitude of stopping potential is V naught. Now, these are the basic definitions. Okay, and you are expected to know the joule H is equal to Planck's constant, and 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second is the velocity of light, and Hc value, if you calculate, you will be getting this many nanometers, picometers and electron volts. And EV value, I already told you, conversion of electron volt to joules. This is the 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules. These are the things which you have to be aware to solve some numericals. Yeah. So let us go further. Yeah. In photoelectric experiment, in photoelectric experiment, the collector plate is at 2 volts with respect to the emitter plate. So emitter means what? This is an emitter, this is a collector. So emitter means what? It is emitting electrons. So this is the emitter. It is giving electrons. This is a collector. Collector is anode. Emitter is cathode. Agreed or not? So this is the understanding first of all. Now, collector plate means what? These 2 volts is nothing but, what is this 2 electron volts? 2 electron volts is nothing but stopping potential. This is stopping potential. Okay. So, here what is the work function given? 4.5 electron volts. Very good. So, W is given. Okay. Now, the emitter is illuminated by the source of monochromatic wavelength. Monochromatic means single wavelength. What is it? Mono means what? Single. Mono. So, light of single wavelength is called monochromatic wavelength. So, what is the wavelength given? 200 nanometers. Convert into meters. Okay. So, lambda given, students. Now, what you have to find? So, minimum and maximum kinetic energy of photoelectron reaching the collector. Very simple. Yeah. Now, very simple. So, the absorbed energy, that is nothing but E, is equal to threshold energy, that is W plus Ke. So, here you can write here Hc by lambda, because lambda is given. So I got this part, E part is over, right? W is given means work function is given, so finished. But it is given in electron volts, be careful. So convert into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19, so you get the KE value. So calculate the KE value. So KE value how much is coming? 1.7 electron volts. I hope you are very clear, right? You got 1.7 electron volts. So maximum kinetic energy. Maximum kinetic energy, if you don't apply the stopping potential, what happens? That 1.7 plus 2 electron volts, it is going to move with 3.7 electron volts. That is what you have to understand. So that 2 plus 1.7 electron volts, that is the maximum. This is the minimum. So after, listen very carefully, after applying a retarding potential 2 volts, you are getting kinetic energy how much? 1.7 electron volts. 1.7 electron volts. If you don't apply, then maximum kinetic energy will be how much? 2 electron volts plus 1.7 electron volts. I hope you understood. Again I repeat. See, an electron is maximum. So the electron maximum kinetic energy means what? There is no stopping potential. That means 3.7. If you apply the stopping potential, naturally 2 minus 1.7, it comes out to be. So I hope you understood. This 1.7 will be with stopping potential. This is 3.7 will be without stopping potential. That means you have to add this here. So I hope you are very clear about this. This type of questions also will be coming in the examination. So this is two metal. This is metal A, metal B. These two are having different threshold W, different work functions. This is the meaning. We already explained for you. K is equal to W. Yeah, K is equal to H minus E minus W. Yeah. So frequency of radiation. So that is equal to H nu minus H nu naught. So this is EV naught. I hope you understood. So naturally, so mx plus c, y is equal to, y is what? Y is the stopping potential. Y is equal to mx plus c. I hope you understood. What is x? X is the frequency. That is the frequency. So I hope you understood. So yeah, very simple. Now there is a jumbling of simple and difficult questions. I made it here now for today. So threshold frequency of a photon you have to find. Very simple. Threshold frequency, W is equal to H nu naught. Threshold frequency is nu naught. Nu naught is equal to W by H. This is also you can write as phi by H. So that's what it is. You can find out. Yeah. But one thing, 1 electron volt is given. Convert the electron volt into joules. Why? Because here you get joules. Here what you get? Joule second. Right? So joules get cancelled. Answer will be in Hz. Second inverse is nothing but Hz. Now let us see. Already this you know very well. So why the photoelectrons emitted from a metallic surface for a certain radiation of different energies, even if the work function of the metal is constant? What is the reason? Very simple. So here, not all the electrons in the metal belongs to the same level. They occupy different energy levels. Naturally, consequently, so electrons knocked from different levels come out with different energies. They don't have same energies. So you are expected to. Now let us see another question. Yeah, a piece of metal. Let us move this side. A piece of metal has a cutoff wavelength. Cutoff wavelength means what? Stopping potential. Again, it is something associated with stopping potential. Cutoff wavelength 450 nanometers. Consider illuminating this piece of metal with two different wavelengths of lambda 1 and lambda 2. So irradiated with two different wavelengths is given. For each of the two beams, find the maximum kinetic energy. Well, so try to understand, students. This is nothing but W is equal to Hc by lambda naught. That is threshold is given. So when illuminating, see, try to understand, nu should be greater than nu naught. Listen, students, very well. Lambda should be greater. I hope you understood. Lambda must be. Lambda is what? Threshold wavelength. So here threshold wavelength should be greater, because nu is inversely proportional to lambda. Mind you, again I repeat, incident frequency should be greater than threshold frequency, but incident wavelength should be less than threshold wavelength. So that's why when it is greater, naturally, so there won't be any electrons. Try to understand. So illuminating here, this is illuminating. Now let us see the next one. Ejection of electrons takes place, okay, only when you have sufficient lambda 2 should be less than cutoff. See here, I convey to you. When ejection takes place, lambda 2 should be less than cutoff. If it is greater than cutoff, it is not feasible. Opposite. I convey to you very, very clearly. Now listen carefully. Lambda must be less than lambda naught for ejection of electron. So both you substitute it. E is equal to Hc by lambda 2 minus Hc by, this is cutoff. This is a cutoff voltage, right? So here Ke is equal to E minus W. This is nothing but Hc by lambda. This is nothing but Hc by lambda naught. So this is what it is given. So find out, you will get the kinetic energy. So maximum kinetic energy you have to find, okay, in both the cases. So you can find out. So I hope you understood this question. Now speed, how to find the speed? Ke is equal to half mv square. Simple. Yeah. Now try to understand, students. Here kinetic energy is equal to E minus W. For example, if W is 0, work function is 0, then kinetic energy is equal to E. That is, kinetic energy is equal to h nu. That is, kinetic energy is equal to Hc by lambda. So you can also find this way also. Or here you can see, if you want to find the velocity, it becomes 2E by m root over. That's what you have found the velocity of an electron in the formula. Now see the basic question associated with E is equal to h nu. You can write hf or h nu, both are same. So here, how many photons per second does the transmitter emit? So here they have given the power output. So energy is equal to power by time. Energy is equal to power by time. That's what it is. Energy by unit time is equal to power. So I hope you understood. You can substitute the value, you will get the answer. Next question. Calculate the maximum kinetic energy of an electron ejected from the silver by, so incident wavelength is given, nu is given. So Ke you have to find. But here work function of the metals are given. So what is the first one? The first one is for maximum kinetic energy for silver. So what is the silver work function? 4.73. So naturally Ke is equal to, this is the work function, is 4.73. Already this is h nu. So h nu, this is the value given, 3.13 into 10 power 15. This is the h nu. Then you get in electron. So what is this value? This value is h in electron volts. I hope you understood. This is how you can find the kinetic energy of an electron. So now in this case they are given the zinc, same thing. They have given the zinc value is 4.31. So substitute the value here, 4.31. So this is hc by lambda. hc by lambda. Lambda value is given here in nm. So you will be getting a kinetic max. I hope you understood. And further you can find the velocity of an electron, because K is equal to half mv square. First find the kinetic energy, then find the velocity. Now let us move on to the next slide. So when lithium is irradiated with light, one finds a stopping potential of 1.83. So here stopping potential value is given. So stopping potential is nothing but Ke. Ke1 is equal to EV1. So when and at a different wavelength, 4000 angstroms, again stopping potential is given, that is Ke2 is equal to EV2. So substitute in the formula, hc by lambda 1. Here lambda 1 is given, this is h. Now here lambda 2 is given, now Ke1 is given, Ke2 is given. So find out, solve these equations, you will be getting work function. So very simple question. Now this is a very important question. Photoelectric emission is observed from a surface from frequencies V1 and V2. So there are two frequencies. So two frequencies means, for example, if you draw a metallic surface, so two frequencies are hitting. This is nu 1 and this is another frequency nu 2, right? Now it is given nu 1 is greater than nu 2. That's fine. If the maximum kinetic energies of the photoelectrons are in 2 in the cases is 1 is to k. So Ke is equal to Ke by K2, I think. Yeah, you can write Ke 1 is to Ke2 is equal to 1 is to K is given. So now, well, problem is solved. Substitute the values here. First case, H nu, that is E is equal to W plus Ke. So this is W and this is Ke, Ke1. This is Ke2. I hope you understood. This is E2. This is E1, Ke1. This is E2. This is Ke2. So you got two equations. Now here they have given Ke1 by Ke2. Ke1 by Ke2 is equal to 1 by K. Here it is given actually the ratio values. And naturally you can convert into half mv square. K is equal to half mv square. Then you get a relation between these two. Now substitute in the first equation. That means replace this in the first equation. Replace Ke1 by Ke2. You substitute this value here, 1 by 2k. Now have a look here, students. Now from 2 and 3, now here everything is in the form of second equation, H nu 2. Okay, if you calculate, you get a threshold frequency. You get threshold frequency. So have a look. So let us look at the next question. The minimum necessary energy to overcome the attractive forces between electron and the surface of the silver matter is, so 7.52 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So what is the 7.52 into minus 93? What is that value? The minimum energy, that means that is called work function. What will be the maximum kinetic energy of electron? So you have to find the Ke. So lambda is given how much? 360 angstroms. W is given how much? 7.52 into 10 power minus 19 joules. Yeah. So directly energy is given. Joules is given. Directly energy is given here. Threshold energy is given directly. So now substitute the value. You have to find the Ke. You know very well Ke is equal to H nu minus nu naught. So here H nu you can write it as Hc by lambda. Hc by lambda minus, naturally this is the work function. So work function is given. So find the answer. Now let us see another question. Very simple. In this case also, kinetic energy of the ejected electron is equal to the energy of the absorbed photon minus the energy of the longest wavelength of the photon. So calculate the kinetic energy of the photoelectron produced in cesium by 400 nanometers, and the critical wavelength. For the critical means what? Critical wavelength is nothing but threshold wavelength. So in this case H nu. So here this is the irradiated one. How much is given? 1240. And what about the here cesium is given, lambda naught is given how much? Lambda naught is given 660 nanometers. Threshold wavelength is given. And here lambda is given how much? 400 nanometers. So this 1240 nanometers and electron volts is nothing but Hc value. This Hc value already explained in the first slide. So you will getting 1.22 electron volts. Now similarly, it's a very important question. If a certain metal was irradiated by using two different light radiations of frequency x and 2x. So nu 1 is given as x, nu 2 is given as 2x. The kinetic energy of the electrons, that is Ke1 is given as y, Ke2 is given as 3y. So substitute the values. So Ke1 by Ke2 is equal to nu1 minus nu0 by nu2 minus nu0. So how you get these values? Simple. Ke1 is equal to h nu1 minus h nu0. Similarly, Ke2 is equal to h nu2 minus h nu0. Now you can divide these two. You can divide these two. H you take common, h gets cancelled. So here h into nu1 minus nu0 by h into nu2 minus nu0. So this gets cancelled. So this get this equation and substitute simply all these values here. These values you substitute here, then you will be getting the threshold frequency. Now let us see the next question. In a photoelectric experiment, the collector plate is 2 volts with respect to the emitter. So and made up of copper, that is 4.1. So that means 4.1 is nothing but a work function is given 4.5 electron volts. The emitter is illuminated by the source of monochromatic wavelength. So lambda is given as 200 nm. Find the minimum and maximum kinetic energy of photoelectrons reaching the collector. So collector plate 2.0 is given, means this is a what potential? Stopping potential. 2 volts is given, stopping potential V0. Now problem is solved. So what is the absorbed energy? E is equal to W plus Ke. I can write here this is Hc by lambda is equal to W plus Ke. Now problem is solved. So Hc by lambda is equal to, so 4.5 here, 4.5 into electron volts you convert into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19, yeah, joules. These convert into joules now, plus kinetic energy. So substitute all the values. So you will be getting kinetic energy. How much? 1.7 electron volts. This 1.7 electron volts you got with adding, so applying retarding potential 2.0. So maximum kinetic energy will be what? So add the 2.0 also, you will be getting 3.7 electron volts. So I hope you are very clear about this. Yeah. Let us see an interesting question. Very, very, very important question. So I'll explain very slowly. Have a look. Now, let us take this over here. Now you got here in this case iodine molecules dissociated into atoms. This is iodine molecule. Okay. This is I and this is I. Now you supply some energy, it get dissociated into atoms. I and I. Okay. Now into atoms after absorbing 4500 angstroms. So lambda is equal to 4500 angstroms. That means E is equal to Hc by lambda. That means I get E value from this. Try to understand. Yeah. Now that's what it is found. Hc by lambda, I got the energy value. Here you can have a look. I got the energy value. Any problem? No problem. Cool. Now let us see, if one quantum radiation is absorbed by each molecule, calculate the kinetic energy of iodine atoms. So Ke you have to find. You know very well. Now this is each molecule, but kinetic energy of iodine atom is asked here. But this is a molecule. I hope you understood. Molecule is I2, but kinetic energy of I atom is asked. So here you will be in trouble. So you have to be very careful. Students, so here energy used to break up of, that is dissociation energy. What is this called? Dissociation energy. See, work function is what? To remove an electron from the metal surface. But here to see, try to understand, the incident energy is equal to dissociation energy plus kinetic energy, because these iodine molecules should get dissociated first and then they move with the kinetic energy. Now you have to find the dissociation energy. To find the dissociation energy, what is the bond length? Bond energy is given 240 kilojoules per mole, but you require for atom. Try to understand. So 240, just listen very carefully. 240, fine. Kilo means how much? Kilojoules. So convert into joules. That's why 10 power minus 3 by Avogadro number. Why Avogadro number? This is per mole is given for, see, 1 mole means Avogadro number of molecules, 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules. 1 mole means 0.23 into 10 power 23 molecules. but I require one molecule. For one molecule I require. So one molecule how much? So you have to divide it by 6.023 into 10 power 23. So that's why you get this energy. What is this energy called? This is called dissociation energy per molecule. Try to understand. Actually he has given dissociation energy per mole. Try to understand. Dissociation energy is given per mole. Per mole. What is required? This dissociation energy is per molecule. This is per molecule. Now listen students. Now what is given here? E minus dissociation energy, you are going to get the kinetic energy. Okay, this is per, because E is one photon. This is one iodine atom, and kinetic energy also is for one iodine atom is required. That is the reason why energy used to, one second, let us take a color. Energy used to impart kinetic energy for one iodine atom is given. So that's why 4.414 into 10 power. I hope you understood. This is what 4.414 is what? This is E minus dissociation energy. This is the dissociation energy, and you got the answer. I hope you are very clear, students. So this is how when molecules are given. That earlier was a metallic surface. When metallic surface is considered, what comes into picture? Work function. But when molecules are considered, what is required? Dissociation energy. The remaining energy will be converted into, after dissociation, when you supply some energy, so some of the part of the energy is used to dissociate the molecule into atoms. And remaining energy will be converted into kinetic energy. So that's the beauty of it. So I hope you understood this. Now let us see one more numerical. A bulb emits light of wavelength how much? So lambda is given, students. Lambda is given. So 4500 into 10 power minus 10. Now from this what you got? Energy of one photon. Already I made it very clear. One photon can only knock out one. So this is a one photon wavelength. So I got energy of one photon wavelength. 4.42 into 10 power minus 19. Very good. Now this part is over. I got the energy. Now what is the second part? Second part is the bulb is rated as 150 watt and 8% of the energy is emitted. So try to understand. In this 150 watt, see, energy is equal to power by time. Try to understand. Okay. So it is 150 watt means in this 150 watt, 8% of the energy is only emitted. The bulb is 150 watt. This is 150 watt. But how much energy is emitted here? Only 8% is emitted. That's why 150 into 8 by 100. So it comes out to be how much? So here try to understand. The first thing is energy emitted by the bulb. How much is coming here? 4.42 into 10 power minus 19. This is for one photon. One photon. How many photons are there? We don't know. So that's why n into 4.42 into 10 power minus 19. But how much energy is emitting? 150 into 88% only. So you get the number of photons. I hope you understood. So here the bulb is emitting some photons. How many photons? We don't know. With how much energy? This much energy. 4.42 into 10 power minus 19. What is the wattage? 150. How much is the output? 8%. 8 by 100. I hope you understood this question. Now, so this is all about, okay, so the discussion of numericals, photoelectric effect. I hope you invest some energy and try to reinforce the theoretical concepts with numerical touch. Okay. Thanks for bearing. Solve as many questions as you can. See you.